That game might have been a worst case scenario for the Bucs. The Ravens look like the best team in football. Of course, they're still not. But hey, they looked like it. And what the hell happened in that Chargers-Cardinals game? Monday Night Football recap.
Now, play action. Mayfield. Evans. Touchdown. Tampa Bay.
Clutch. Right down the middle. And Arizona.
Teams are red hot. He is for sure. Derrick Henry is leading the league in rushing. What an addition he's been after all those great years in Tennessee. Evans at the bottom of the screen on first down. Play action. Mayfield. Evans. Touchdown. No problems. 10-0. First and goal. Wide open and a touchdown. Back-to-back games with a touchdown for Mark. Good protection. End zone intercepted. Picked off by Humphrey.
Takeaways have been hard to come by for this Ravens defense.
Pressure on Jackson. Braswell can't get there. Come back at the 18. Here's Hill. Justice Hill with a convoy. Touchdown Ravens.
Keep back.
Now third down and 13. This is underthrown, and Humphrey comes away with it. And he drills it. Gain and a 52-yard try by Tucker with the win. High snap, good hold, kick is into the wind. This would be something if he can hit it. And he hits it. Here's a home run shot from Bateman. Touchdown Ravens. Up the scoreboard. Here's Henry, left side. Yep, it can change in a hurry. There he goes. McCollum, the only man that can. Floated, wide open, touchdown, Andrews. After week. Play action, that might be backward. Play action, underneath White. Rashad, touchdown Buccaneers. Toss to Henry, bends it back. Here he goes again. Jets are on. Did he? Here is Henry on the reception for the touchdown. Home against Denver versus Cincinnati at Pittsburgh. Here's Irving. No signal.
To be a real contributor as they move through the second half of this season for them to have a chance.
Baker underneath for White. Full head of steam and into the end zone untouched.
Just can't believe this, man. Metro Boomin wants some.
And with that, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the Final NFL. Of course, please like and subscribe if you guys enjoy the Week 7 Monday Night Football special doubleheader recap. Obviously, we had a game on ESPN Plus at 9 o'clock that started, and obviously this one started at 8:15, obviously. Both games were pretty entertaining in different ways. Of course, let's start off with this, obviously, Ravens and Bucs game, which, again, was the definitely more anticipated matchup. Obviously, the Ravens blew out the Bucs, and that's really the best way to put it. I mean, obviously, the game, the Bucs went out 10-0 early, but then again, they gave up 34 straight points to the Ravens, which obviously led them to their big-time W, obviously, there as well. This Ravens offense, again, as long as they have Derrick Henry, they're going to, score a ton of points, to be honest with you guys. They've really hit their stride. Obviously, 5 straight wins at this point in the season. As well, they're going to be playing the Browns next week on the road. So that game, I don't know, maybe Jameis Winston does something, but I would be shocked if they don't win that one by double digits. Bucs, on the other hand, I mean, guys, this is really tough. We'll get again the specifics there, but again, they lose this one. They have another home game next week on a short week against the Falcons. So that game will be critical for them. They really want to have a ton of playoff success. Again, Patino's looking really good coming to this one. Probably the worst result for them. Again, Lamar, though, he, again, 17 of 22, 281 and 5 touchdowns. Third time in his career, he has run for over 50 yards and also thrown 5 touchdowns. I mean, he was basically perfect in this game, guys. He was fantastic. As well as the fact that, again, he was able to scramble, find guys downfield, again, as good as you get. Derrick Henry, at least this point in the season, is on track, is at least on pace to break Eric Dickerson's rushing record, of course. This is the best we've seen him since 2021, where, of course, he did start the season with 937 yards in his first 8 games. And if he's able to, again, I don't know, have a pretty solid game against the Browns, he should have no trouble being able to get to that mark. Obviously, at 11.3 yards per carry, most because of that 81-yard run as well as that reverse one that ran for like 30-plus yards there as well. Zay Flowers also ran the ball. I mean, they ran the ball basically at will in this one. They didn't even need to run it at all, really that much either. Again, they're 7th straight week again. All games this season they've outran their opponent by over 100 yards. Rashad Bateman 4 for 121 and a touchdown. Again, he had a very good play downfield as well as that touchdown. Justice Hill also got a touchdown. Mark Andrews had 2 touchdowns, so very good game by him. Big bounce back after a little bit of a rough week. Nelson Aguilar also 20-yard catch. Derrick Henry obviously got in the end zone as well as a 13-yard receiving touchdown. A lot of guys got targeted. A lot of guys made catches. Obviously, though, Rashad Bateman, the kind of like star in this one. Obviously, Zay Flowers only 1 catch, but they didn't really need him because of all the big plays they got. Ravens offense was fantastic. For this defense, yes, there were some issues, but overall they dominated. Again, 18 tackles from Roquan Smith. Kyle Hamilton was also very good. Eddie Jackson looked like his his old self, I guess you could say. Artarius Washington 6 tackles and a sack. 2 picks from Marlon Humphrey early were huge. Obviously, Adolfo with a sack and 4 tackles, as well as 2 tackles from Brandon Stevens. Overall, though, this was a very physical defensive game. They were very, very good structurally. Again, the miscommunication was much down from what we saw last week. And overall, this Ravens defense played really well again when it comes down to it. Obviously, Justin Tucker did it at a 52-yarder. For the Bucs, Baker, obviously 2 picks again in the first half, which wasn't good, but he did throw 3 touchdowns overall. Most of it was garbage time, 370 yards. So a lot of this is cosmetics. Again, this was really not the score. It kind of feels like that Chiefs and Bucs game back in 2021. I just wanted to get compared to another Bucs game. But obviously, that's not really the whole story. Baker, I guess, was okay. Rashad White, 10 carries, 40 yards, 6 or 71 and 2 touchdowns. Fantasy-wise, he had his best week all season. That would have been nice again if he could have done that on other weeks, but hey, it's whatever. Obviously, Bucky Irving also scored a touchdown. But again, the biggest thing with this team, obviously, both Mike Evans left with I think it was like a hamstring injury. I don't know the specifics on it. And what is it called? Chris Godwin, his injury was really rough. He broke his ankle, from what again I could see. And again, we'll go watch Brian Sutter. He has very good breakdowns of that type of stuff. Yeah, so he looks like he broke his ankle, probably out a while again. We don't really know yet, but that's what I got there. Kadon had a very good game, though, with basically garbage time, 8 for 100. Again, most of these numbers were garbage time, but again, yeah, Baker Mayfield still did his thing. Sterling Shepard also had a 15-yard catch. For this defense, Antonio Jr. was not good in coverage, but he did have 10 tackles and a sack. Yaya Diaby was pretty good at 5 tackles, again, solo tackles, and as well as a sack. Outside of that, though, again, no one in this defense really stepped up big time. And again, when that happens, the fact they weren't really able to get consistent pressure put this group in a really bad spot. Obviously, the secondary play was really atrocious as well. So if they're going to want to do anything next week, they got to play a lot better, especially with how, again, this offense could be looking. For the team stats on that, though, obviously both teams had over 480 yards, which is crazy, and most of it was garbage time for the Bucs. You see this, the Ravens almost averaged a first down per play. It kind of tells you how bad the Bucs defense was in this one, as well as running for the 244 yards, which is just crazy. The Bucs actually controlled the clock a lot more, but again, with that efficiency by the Ravens, I mean, you're not beating nobody. Obviously, their third down efficiency, though, for the Bucs is also pretty good. But with that said, that's all I got for you guys in this one. Again, Ravens blow out the Bucs in, I would say, a complete, predicted fashion, but again, I thought they would have been able to play a pretty solid game. Again, they're rolling right now. Now let's get into the other game. Again, it was a lot closer and a lot more fun. It wasn't not even close to as fun, but hey, it was a lot closer.
Team this week, now they got a great opportunity to see if they can make some headway with the practice they put in this week.
Chargers won. Play fake on second down. Herbert looking for a downfield shot. Loops it down there and wide open. Then the ball is not loose. Would be a long for the guy that almost never misses. Drives it and knocks it through. How he on this defense. Murray moving around and checks it back and making the catch is Connor. Connor weaving his way into the open field. James Connor looks out. Murray's not looking that way at all. Instead to the right, and it's caught for a touchdown. Greg Dortch out of the backfield. Dicker, who bombed one from 59 to tie for defense. Bows up, 28-yarder. Automatic territory. Murray on the move. Look out, in space. Kyler Murray, it's a sprint down the sidelines, and they won't catch it. And that's why. 2 minutes. This from 40 yards out. And he is still absolutely Murray. Should throw. Connor's free. Connor's still free. James Conner rambling deep. Clutch. Right down the middle. And Arizona.
been sitting right there. You ain't getting no smoke, you'll run for a band right there. All your ops you facing, you run around place.
And the Cardinals were able to bounce back after an absolute dismantling of a loss last week against the Packers. Of course, they are now 3-4 in the season. They will be going against the Dolphins on the road next week, so that's not really a good flight for them on a short week. But still, they obviously got a big one in this one, again, keeping themselves in a pretty good striking distance. They're in the NFC West. That, again, really just is not a good division this year. Chargers, on the other hand, again, fall. Again, the reason they lost this one was because they couldn't put the ball in the end zone, as well as the fact, again, when it got past half field, they didn't really do much at all. But they fall off 3-3. Again, it seems like whenever they do something good, it gets countered by like a loss or two, something like that. But they'll be going up against the Saints at home next week in a very good opportunity to bounce back. But obviously, Justin Herbert slung it, I'll tell you that. Again, like really, by far the best game of the season so far. 350 passing yards. Very good underneath, very good over the middle, very good deep. I mean, Justin Herbert was fantastic in this one. Outside of a couple throws and maybe a couple decisions under pressure, but again, he was very, very good. I don't really have many complaints for him. Running game was atrocious, though. The O-line really struggled overall to sustain blocks. That's, again, part of the reason Justin Herbert didn't throw any touchdowns was because, again, when they got in those situations where they could take shots, he didn't really have the protection for it. Receiving-wise, Will this had a massive game, 8 for 81. Joshua Palmer was pretty good, as well as Ladd McConkey. Not great, but again, they were both pretty good. Obviously, Jalen Reagor cost the team a touchdown, of course, in the 41-yard catch. But again, he fumbled it, so yeah. Stone Smart also had a 31-yard catch. Overall, though, again, I think this offensive line being limited and the fact that, again, they couldn't really get any sort of running game going put this team in a bad spot. But for this defense, Cam Hart was very good at 7 tackles. Outside of that, though, I mean, they just couldn't get Kyler Murray on the ground, as well as the fact that, again, their run defense was really soft, and again, the tackling was also not great. So again, when it comes down to like the backbones of a defense, they really didn't have that going in this one. But schematically, they were very good. Tierra Chart had an interception as well, kind of weird there, but yeah. Digger, the kicker, had 5 field goals, including 2 50-plus yarders, of course, one being a 59-yarder. He went crazy. J.K. Scott also was pretty bad as a punter. For the Cardinals, though, Kyler, again, he ran around the yard. The interception wasn't pretty, but again, the touchdown was actually pretty nice as well. I don't think he threw the ball downfield really well at all. He also missed a couple really easy throws underneath. But with the way they ran the ball, it didn't really matter. Obviously, a 44-yard rushing touchdown. He is now only the second, again, what is it, like, since, like, 1970, like, merger, there have only been, like, again, a couple quarterbacks, or, like, 2 or 3, to have a what is called 40-plus yard touchdown runs in the season. Obviously, Justin Fields had 3 back in 2022. That's the NFL record. So, again, I don't know. Kyler Murray does it again. He'll get that. I don't know what the hell the Cardinals were trying to do on that play, though. They did a very good job running the ball. Obviously, James Conner outside of that fumble was fantastic. Receiving-wise, Trey McBride's the only guy getting open. Marvin Harrison Jr. got completely blanketed in those bracket sacks. Greg George obviously had a nice touchdown as well. Meanwhile, this defense, they got for some pretty consistent pressure off of simulated looks. Again, I can't really rely on that every week, but again, they really worked this week. Max Melton looked really good in his first start. Buda Baker was okay in coverage, but again, very big difference maker as a run defender. Kazir White was very disciplined, which again, he was in the past couple weeks, so it was good to see that. Outside of that, though, this defense was pretty good overall. Obviously, Chad Ryland hitting that big game-winning 32-yard field goal. And for the team stats, the Cardinals obviously weren't as good in terms of yardage, but again, having 181 rushing yards really helped them a lot. Obviously, the Chargers should have won this one. They had a lot more yardage. Not really a lot more. They had a good amount more. Again, we're better on third down. The sacks were probably a pretty big issue for them as well. But again, 2 fumbles lost really didn't help the matter either. But with that said, that's really all I got for you guys in this Chargers and Cardinals game. Again, hope you guys enjoyed the Week 7 Monday Night Football recap. Again, that's all I got for you guys here. Hope you guys enjoyed the games actually. And yeah, see you for the Week 7. No, my bad. Week 8. Yeah, we're already there. Week 8 NFL Power Rankings tomorrow.
4 hits against, only 2 in his first start. Edmund drives this ball deep left center field. Back goes Nimmo.